Here in Raleigh, voter ID is back in the state legislature today. Republican legislative leaders want to make voter ID part of the state constitution. Ed Crump is live at the legislative building where a new referendum bill will begin its journey this morning with a committee hearing in the state house. Tell us about this, Ed.
Well, John, it won't just be state legislators voting this time around. If the bill gets out of committee and passes both houses, eventually every voter in the state will get a say on the voter ID requirement. North Carolina citizens were required to present identification to vote for only a brief time before the law was struck down in the federal courts as racially discriminatory. For years, Republicans have argued that such a requirement prevents voter fraud, and proponents say if ID is required for such things as boarding a plane or cashing a check, then why shouldn't voters have to prove who they are? But Democrats argue the right to vote, unlike flying, is guaranteed by the Constitution. So today, a state house committee will likely approve a bill to allow citizens to vote on a constitutional amendment requiring voter ID. With a Republican majority in both the House and Senate, a big enough majority to override any veto by the governor, the referendum could be before voters in the next election cycle. Now, that committee will meet here at the legislature at 10 o'clock this morning. An interesting note about all this, Julie, if this does make it onto the ballot, then voters won't have to show an ID to vote for or against this constitutional referendum in November. But if they pass it, the next time around, they will have to have an ID.